What is going on, lads? Today is another winning day. Another day, another dollar. Monday, February 23rd, 2026. We continue our win streak with, I believe, 4 wins in a row, or maybe 3. I'll show you guys the live account because we are cooking. We actually just passed a pretty big milestone. Look at this P&L, bro. This is ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. 428 on the day, 1229 on the account. I'm cooking, bro. I'm cooking. I'm actually cooking so hard. This is a trade that we took today. Let's go over the price today. I changed my colors. Yeah, sorry. This was one of the best starts to the week. It could have been even more. And I'm gonna, because I did miss out on a Asia short that I saw yesterday while I was helping out a friend that I couldn't take, but that's all right. But anyway, so let's go into the market today. Kind of explain my theory behind everything. I was leaning, I was kind of neutral in the beginning of the day. I saw Asia open very bearish, so I expected continuations lower into, these draws and maybe even these draws. But given the recent, trend of just consolidation, I'm going to expect price is going to come back up tomorrow. I would be very surprised if we just make a big move down. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I have no idea yet, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, let's go into the Asia trade that I'm talking about, and it's this right here. So I've been seeing this lately where Sunday open and only Sunday open is much more volatile. I hate trading Asia. I think it's a terrible session. It's so slow. It gives you really very few entries, so I really dislike it. However, on Sunday opens, there are usually pretty good trades. And this is one of those trades that, I might make an Asia Sunday open strategy video soon. Maybe in the future, because I haven't traded it enough to, be super confident in this. But basically what happens is Asia just chooses one direction as it opens, and then you just find the tiniest retrace. You try to find the smallest M formation. Today was actually really good, but there's been other days where you have to go find a little bit, less, and then they just go to the next objective. So in this case, we had this clear range move down where the objectives were these lows and then these lows. We had some stalling, and if you go to the 1 minute, you'll see that there's basically the most obvious M of all time, as you can see right here, right there. And the trade is the following. The trade, you enter on this, or you could enter below if you want to full confirmation, but I think that that's enough. Stop loss, you could put it over here because you can expect price to just run straight to take profit. And then your break even shouldn't be this because it's way too close. Your break even should be like this wick down here, and then your final take profit should be all the way down here, which would have been like a banger 1 to 2. So we could have basically doubled the amount of profits today, but it is what it is. No worries, it's fine. I knew that New York was going to give us an opportunity, which it did. So let's go back into New York now. Like I said, Asia started trading lower, and then London made a retrace up. However, we never traded above this. And originally on ES, I'll show you guys. On ES, we did trade way above, which is kind of weird. We did have this giant wick. So I was a little bit iffy at first on trading today. I was very much considering not trading at all. However, we ended up seeing very clean moves. Therefore, I ended up taking it. So on NQ, upon market open, we don't really do much. We go up initially, and I'm like, okay, perfect. We're setting up for good shorts. If we want to be bearish, we want to see some type of reaction out of this, 4-hour gap right here. So I'll show the drawings now. Out of this 4-hour gap right here, which we did, and then from there, I just scaled to the 1 minute. And as you can see, initial price wasn't ideal. It wasn't trading great. But after we saw a clean opening range move down, I just honestly waited for a retrace up into, the range of the move, which happened basically perfectly. We also made a 1 minute BPR, which I didn't fully take into account because it wasn't great. But we did make this 1 minute BPR, which could have potentially given us a better entry. But so this comes with experience. Because price wasn't moving the way that I wanted it to move, in the sense of we were consolidating a lot. It took us a long time to make this final push down. I was expecting price to continue doing that and then slowly move the price down. I actually even said it on Discord. I said this is going to be a roller coaster, and this is what I mean by that. So that's why I would rather wait for the confirmation, because we could have easily, let me get rid of this. We could have easily done something like this, right? We could have easily, okay, we make our move up, we make our move down. Let's say this is our confirmation. This 10 a.m. candle could have easily gone up here and then gone down. So I'd rather wait for the full confirmation before I enter my trade. That's like the way that my strategy works, and it works best. So here, we entered around here. I got kind of lucky with the fill, and then stops above this wick. Obviously, not this one, because this wick could easily be taken out above this wick, and we saw, initial moves up. We were initially in drawdown, but this is just another lower high and then lower being put in. My break even was low of day. However, I did go break even a little sooner because ES did take the low of day before NQ, so it was leading. Therefore, I didn't want to get caught in a potential reversal and get caught with my pants down, basically. Then followed by that, I took profits at the same, when ES took low of day. I was hoping that when ES took a previous day low, I was hoping that it would be after NQ, but it took it before NQ. And as you can see, at 11:02, so 11:02 right here, I entered 2 micros. I ended up taking 1 contract, and then took my final contract down here for a 1 to 1.5, really good trade. I know this is a 1 to 2 in theory, but you need to understand that when you're seeing conditions like this, where it's consolidating this heavily, you truly want to avoid being in that trade for longer than you need to. And I'm perfectly fine with my risk management. I exited half of my position on the live account too down here, and then the other half down here, I could have made 600 instead of $400, but that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that because it guarantees me a higher win rate. So that's why I took the trade today. Super clean trade, to be honest. I'll show you guys the Discord as always, so you can see that I'm being transparent here. So let's go here and then over to Discord. And as you can see today, my move was the following. We did take out these highs, which I wasn't expecting us to do, but we essentially made the move down into low of day and then previous day low with full risk. And then I saw this potential. You can see I called out the trade before it even happened on NQ. Saw the potential. This is exactly the trade that I took. And then I didn't love the price action because of how long it was taking. And I did see this potential long reversal, but I would have needed to see something really strong for me to take that. Therefore, I just waited, shorted there on NQ, and then as you can see, break even at low of day. And I said there's going to be a roller coaster. And I said if ES takes low of day, I will go break even, which I did, and then break even because of low of day. And then followed by that, I basically just did commentary on the trade itself. I did exit 1 tick earlier because I wanted to go to the gym, which I did. I was just kind of I was tired of waiting for an hour for my trade to hit, but it's fine. It took an hour for my trade to hit, but it's fine. And it's obviously, again, here's the $100 to 100K. You can see I'm posting everything there. So I'm being fully transparent in that sense. I want to show you guys that this is possible. I'll show you. Let me go on my Twitter really quickly so that I can show you my trade and my profits from my accounts. I am very close to passing 2 more flex accounts, so that's really good. And followed by that, if I have 3 more winning days, I will be taking another payout. So as you can see, these 2 are the funded accounts. The bottom 2 are the evals. So the evals, I just need, I believe I need $1,000. So it's super easy. Should be all good to go tomorrow. And then for the funded accounts, I'm up 2.1K and then 2.5K. So I want to take those to at least ideally 3K or 4K, so I can take a 4K payout by the end of the month. Hopefully, if not the beginning of March, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, it's been a really, really good month. February has been my best month by far. Not even a question. Has been the best month that I've traded by far, and I'm very confident in my strategy. I'm going to start a boot camp. I know that it might be a little early, but I don't care. I have so much faith and belief in this strategy that I want to teach you guys everything I know, because this is going to change my life, and I want it to change your life too. I'll leave it at this, and tomorrow's trade recap will be the same thing. I'm going to record the first episode of the boot camp tonight. I'm going to try to get it up by tonight so you guys can start watching that. All right? I'll leave you guys in this. Peace out.